Hello and welcome back to another comparison episode on the KenOhWee channel, and today we have the third and possibly final round of the battle to be the best Iron Spider action figure between S.H Figuarts from Bandai and Mafex from Medicom Toys. It's been about 3 years since the first Iron Spider figure was released, and we have finally come a full circle. We have Mafex having one final attempt into making the best 12-inch Iron Spider action figure with their latest release, and after this I really hope they stop producing Iron Spider figures because these two companies have burned a big hole in my wallet. But if any of these episodes saves you from burning yours, then it's all worth it. But I wouldn't be surprised if Bandai or Medicom Toys decides to make another quote-unquote final battle edition of the Iron Spider character. But for now, let's find out if the final swing from Medicom Toys is enough to take down the reigning champion. So sit back, relax, take out your favorite food and beverage because this is the end of an era. And let's talk about these figures.
For more on this, it's time for a closer look.
Figure design. Well, unfortunately, the latest Mafex release did not change any of their figures' overall appearance. Aside from one, the eyes. So let's take a look at that. Well, clearly, one figure looks like he's possessed and the other is not. And would you care to guess which figure I think looks possessed? It is of course the Mafex eyes. As mentioned in my recent review of this figure, I could not find this look in the movies aside from this 1-second clip before his eyes turn into kill mode. So the colors on Figuarts' eye is more accurate in matching that look that appears for the majority of the film. However, one thing that Figuarts doesn't change is that thong.
Stop this.
It's still on all of their Spider-Man figures, and it's something that may or may not break that illusion for you. But when it comes to anatomy, I feel Figuarts has better proportions than the Mafex figure. Engineering wise, these two figures are really solid, with both figures having tight joints, although Mafex is infamous for their loose joints on their action figures, but for this figure it's clear of that problem. But I can't say for the rest of the line. If you do have QC issues with your latest Mafex Iron Spider figure, let me know in the comment section down below. So in our previous comparison, it comes down to whether you're willing to accept the thong look on the Figuarts figure, but now with this comparison, you'd also have to consider which eye color you'd prefer on your Iron Spider figure. So despite having a cleaner look in terms of joint cuts on the Mafex figure, I like the Figuarts proportion a little bit more, and that eye color on the Mafex figure makes the Spider-Man look like a villain than a hero, so it pushes me further away from picking that figure. Articulation. Once again, we come to my favorite portion of these episodes. It will be the final challenge between these two figures, so without further ado, I present to you the Cheerleaders Challenge. Look up to the stars, the self-hug, the side extensions, the ab cruncher, the butt checker, the end of the tunnel, the crotch killer, the groin tear, the mermaid, the Iron Man pose, the thinker, the potty squat, the stain spotter, the... What do you guys do?
You think you can post us in all these embarrassing photos so you can get some clicks on YouTube? How's that feel, huh? You like that? You like that?
Accessories. Moving on to their accessories, they both have their own hand accessories and web effects. But I'd say Mafex has the edge there with the magnetic hands and feet accessory. However, when it comes to interchangeable heads, Medicom ditched the Peter Parker head accessory from the previous release and just gave him the kill mode head accessory. While Figuarts has the Peter Parker head accessory, even though it only has a slight resemblance to Tom Holland, but at least it's there and he's got interchangeable eyes instead of interchangeable heads. And he also has the kill mode eyes, although it doesn't look as threatening as Mafex's kill mode eyes. Then we've got the iron leg accessory, and unfortunately Medicom Toys dropped the ball here because the previous release has a much more detailed iron leg accessory than the current release, but in terms of sturdiness it's pretty much the same. same, but it still doesn't feel as solid as the Figuarts Iron Leg accessory. So Mafex got points for magnetic gestures and the kill mode eye look, while Figuarts got points for the iron legs and the Peter Parker head. So it all comes down to this feature accessory, the Iron Gauntlet. And there's a significant difference in size between the two accessories, and from the design of this Iron Gauntlet, it's meant to be worn by the likes of Hulk or Thanos. Unfortunately, the Mafex accessory is just too small to be worn by any of the Figuarts figures, and sadly Mafex doesn't have a Thanos or Hulk figure in their lineup, so it serves no other purpose than looking good. But the Figuarts accessory is only meant to be worn by this Figuarts Hulk figure, but I've tried fitting it into other figures and it somewhat works in a way with some adjustments, but in terms of sculpting and design, Figuarts being a larger accessory has cleaner details sculpted onto the accessory compared to the Mafex accessory, but the Mafex Iron Gauntlet has a more accurate color scheme. But the one big difference between the two, the Figuarts accessory has articulated fingers and Mafex does not. So you can arrange the fingers to have the snapping look, and that's what takes the cake for me. So the two packages do offer their own unique accessories, but for me, the Figuarts package just offers a little bit more compared to the Mafex package. Scale. And here is S.H Figuarts and Mafex Iron Spider Endgame versions, standing next to other figures for scale comparison. Conclusion. So, in summary, anyone who have watched my previous reviews of these Iron Spider figures or even the previous comparison episode would probably know what my verdict will be. But if you happen to watch this video for the first time, then to sum it all up, Medicom Toys may have started the race strong, but this quote-unquote improved or re-released figure was still not enough to topple the improvements made by the Figuarts figure, and it all ends with S.H Figuarts Iron Spider Final Battle Edition still finishing at the top. If Medicom Toys somehow decides to re-release this package again and make real improvements, such as giving a much improved Peter Parker head accessory, articulation on the gauntlet, and just give slight improvements on the anatomy of the figure, then maybe we have a real contender. But until that day comes, if it ever comes, S.H Figuarts Iron Spider is still king. But of course, this is just based on one man's humble opinion. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Is Mafex the better figure between the two, or Figuarts still triumphs over Mafex? And with that all said, that concludes today's episode. I really hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, please consider hitting that like button and sharing it around with your friends, and I thank you all for doing so. Also, just a quick note, I'll be taking a short hiatus from the channel to focus on things that are going on with life, so there won't be any videos for a while. So if you're feeling bored, there's a lot of videos on my channel that I hope will entertain you until I'm back. So once again, I appreciate all of you, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you again in the near future. To watch more, click here. Click here for video 1. Click here for video 2. Click here to subscribe. Click it. Thank you for watching. Arigato. Thank you.